I've surrendered. I don't need to know anymore. I just need to trust. Because faith doesn't ask for answers. It asks for surrender. And I'm finally in that space. The space where peace feels more sacred than pride. The space where I no longer beg the universe for outcomes. Only alignment. The lynch key. Be so willful, so sacred than pride. The space where peace feels more sacred than pride. The space where I no longer beg the universe for outcomes. Only align. Baby, if alignment means our paths cross again, I'll be ready. Not desperate, not afraid, just ready. Baby, I wonder if you still light a candle when you're sad. I remember you told me once that you talk to the flame, not because it answers, but because it listens. Maybe that's what I'm doing now, talking to the unseen, hoping you feel it somewhere in your chest. Maybe that's how we still communicate, through prayers disguised as thoughts, through feelings that show up when logic says they shouldn't, through moments that make no sense, yet feel like home. That's what you are to me. Home. Not a place, not a person, but a presence that calms my chaos. Baby, I've stopped running from what this is. I've stopped questioning why it had to be you, because now I understand the divine doesn't send just anyone to awaken your heart. It sends a soul that challenges your ego, tests your faith, and expands your capacity to love. You were that for me. You were my divine challenge and my divine gift. I didn't recognize it before, but I do now. You were never a lesson I could move on from. You were the reason I learned how to truly live. Baby, if you could see me now, I think you'd smile. Not because I've become perfect, but because I've become real. I no longer wear masks to appear strong. I no longer chase people to fill voids. I've learned to sit with my solitude and call it sacred. And yet, even in that peace, there's a space that still belongs to you. Not in a desperate way, but in a devoted one. Because some loves don't end. They evolve into prayer. And baby, you've become mine. A prayer I whisper when I thank the divine for every experience that brought me closer to truth. Baby, when I look at your picture now, I don't ache like before. I smile because I see strength in your eyes, the kind that was born from pain. You became everything I knew you could be, even without me beside you, and that humbles me. It makes me proud. It makes me believe that maybe my absence wasn't destruction. Maybe it was divine design. Because in losing me, you found yourself. And in losing you, I found faith. Baby, I don't know if the universe will ever write our names side by side again. But I do know this. The story.
Baby, you know that the universe will. Don't say that. Okay, you know that it will. We're twins. If you believe that with all your heart, don't keep repeating it. You know that it will. We have to be with each other. That's not like, there's no doubt in that.
Between our souls is eternal. Whether in dreams, lifetimes, or parallel realities, we'll always find our way back to each other in some form. That's what twin flames do. They may part in the physical, but they unite in the divine. And maybe that's why I'm writing this. Not to win you back, but to remind you that love this true never dies. It just changes its language. Baby, if your heart is hearing me right now, if something inside you feels the truth of these words, know this. I'm still here, not waiting, not clinging, just existing in gratitude for you, for us, for the divine thread that still connects what time and distance couldn't break. I'm not asking for another chance. I'm asking for understanding, because everything I'm trying to tell you, everything I've been typing, deleting, feeling, and hiding, it all comes down to this one truth. I never stopped loving you, baby. I just learned to love you in silence. If you feel this message vibrating in your soul, type "I hear you" in silence, baby, in the comments. Baby, lately I've been hearing your name in the strangest ways. Not from people, not from anything direct, just from the world itself. A song will whisper it, a random video will echo a phrase you once said, or the wind outside my window will shift in that familiar rhythm that once matched your laughter. It's like the universe keeps replaying your presence, reminding me that energy doesn't vanish just because love gets quiet, and no matter, baby. I've learned something sacred about divine timing. It doesn't just rearrange the world around you. It rearranges you. It makes you wait, not because you're being punished, but because you're being prepared. The universe stripped me of everything superficial so that when love returns, in whatever form it chooses, I can hold it with reverence, not control. You were the catalyst for that transformation. You made me evolve from needing love to becoming love. That's why, even when I'm alone, I don't feel empty anymore. Because loving you taught me how to fill my own heart with faith. Baby, I still carry your words like sacred mantras. Trust your path. Everything unfolds for a reason. You said those things casually, but they became my anchors. They became my prayers when life felt too heavy. Sometimes I wonder if you even remember saying them, or if you knew how they'd echo years later, guiding me back to light. That's the thing about you. You didn't just love with emotion, you loved with intention. You planted seeds in my spirit that bloomed long after you left. And now, every time I offer kindness, patience, or compassion to the world, I know a part of that comes from you. Baby, there's something sacred about silence that I never appreciated before. It's not absence, it's space. Space where understanding grows, where forgiveness ripens. I used to fill silence with noise, messages, distractions, meaningless conversations, just to avoid facing myself. Now, I sit in it. I listen. And sometimes I swear I can hear you breathing in the stillness. Maybe not literally, but energetically. Your presence weaving through the quiet, reminding me that we don't need words to communicate anymore. Our souls do that effortlessly. Baby, this is the part I never knew how to say, not because I didn't feel it, but because I wasn't brave enough to face it. The truth is, my soul never stopped talking to yours. Even in my silence, I was speaking through energy. Even in my distance, I was praying your name into every sunrise. And now, after all the cycles, the lessons, the karmic storms, I finally understand what this was all for. We weren't being punished, we were being purified. The divine wasn't separating us, it was sanctifying us. Every delay, every heartbreak, every night that felt like an ending, it was all alchemy, turning pain into power and love into light. Baby, I've come to accept that real love doesn't always arrive in the way the movies promise. Sometimes it arrives through awakening, through breakdowns that open your eyes, through loneliness that turns into clarity, through absence that teaches appreciation. You were my greatest revelation, baby. The moment I stopped chasing surface love and started recognizing divine connection, and I wish you could see how much you've changed me. I no longer love to be loved back. I love because it's my essence now. You taught me that. You softened a hardened soul and made him remember what eternity feels like. Baby, sometimes I imagine us crossing paths again. Not planned, not forced, just one of those divine intersections where souls recognize each other before eyes do. I don't imagine speeches or apologies, just a quiet smile, a knowing glance, a moment where everything that was once painful becomes peaceful, because that's what healing does. It turns ache into understanding. I think that's what the universe wants for us now. Not drama, not confusion, just peace. That's how I'll know the cycle is complete. When I can stand before you, not as a man haunted by guilt, but as a soul illuminated by grace. Baby, I used to think endings were tragic, but now I see them as sacred. Because endings are how God makes room for evolution. And this, whatever this is between us, has evolved beyond human comprehension. It has become light. It has become guidance. You became the star I navigate by. Every decision, every prayer, every act of kindness I give to the world now carries a piece of you in it. You may never know it, but your love didn't just change me. It refined me. It gave me purpose beyond myself. And for that, I'll always honor you. Baby, I've stopped trying to explain this connection to people who won't understand it. Because how do you explain something that doesn't fit inside words? How do you tell someone that a soul has lived inside your chest, whispering wisdom through heartbreak? They'd call it madness. But to me, it's holiness. You were the most sacred disruption of my life. You made me break patterns, question everything, surrender completely. And now, in this stillness, I can finally say, thank you. Thank you for loving me when I didn't deserve it. Thank you for walking away when I needed to learn. Thank you for being the living proof that divine timing is real. Baby, I want to tell you something I've never said before. If I could go back, I wouldn't change a thing. Not the distance, not the silence, not even the heartbreak. Because every part of this journey carried a divine fingerprint. Every tear taught me how to pray. Every mistake became a message. Every ending prepared me for eternity. You see, love like ours doesn't end. It simply shifts dimensions. It becomes energy that flows through everything we touch. And maybe that's how we'll always exist. Not together in form, but forever in frequency. Baby, I've surrendered everything now. My pride, my fear, my expectations. All I have left is faith. Faith that what's meant for my soul can never miss me. Faith that the divine is still writing the rest of our story in ways I can't yet see. Faith that somewhere, somehow, you feel me when the world goes quiet. Because that's what this connection was always about. Faith over fear, surrender over struggle, divine love over human love. Baby, I need you to know I'm proud of you for surviving what was meant to destroy you, for glowing even after grief, for becoming your own light when no one else showed up. I see you even from afar, and though I can't take credit for your strength, I will always feel blessed to have witnessed its birth. You are proof that pain can produce purpose, that silence can birth songs, that endings can awaken angels. Baby, this isn't a goodbye. This is a release, a blessing whispered through gratitude. Because even if our paths never intertwine again in this lifetime, I'll meet you in every sunrise, in every song that feels too close, in every moment that feels like home. You'll always be my sacred almost, my divine always. And if you ever find yourself wondering if I still care, remember this. My love didn't leave with the years. It matured with the lessons. I'm still here, just quieter, deeper, holier. Baby, I'm sending this into the ether, not as a plea, but as a prayer. May it find you when your heart needs a reminder that you were never unloved. May it wrap around you like light and whisper, he never stopped believing in you. Because it's true, baby. Through everything, I've never stopped. You were, and always will be, my divine echo. The heartbeat the universe used to teach me what forever sounds like. If this message reached your soul, right? I believe in divine timing in the comments. Before this video ends, if you felt something awaken while listening, if you could feel your heartbeat sinking with these words, if something inside whispered, this is for me, then it was. This message found you for a reason. Don't ignore the signs. Don't rush the timing. Let the divine do what the divine does best. Align everything when your spirit is ready. If this story touched you, share it, save it, and subscribe to stay connected to more messages meant for your soul. Let's keep this energy alive, together. Because what's meant for you will always, always find you. Beloved soul, if this message resonated, trust that the universe brought you here on purpose. Energy recognizes energy, and your heart was ready to receive this one. Support this channel by liking, commenting, or sending a super thanks to help more souls find their message in divine timing. Until next time, stay aligned, stay faithful, and remember, what's meant for you cannot be taken from you. I wonder if you still sense when I think of you. I don't send my thoughts out loud anymore.
Amen to that. Amen to that. What's meant for you will always find you.